Hi, it's Jen Maleka, the Holistic Health Boss, your functional diagnostic health practitioner and expert. And this week I'm here to talk about 4 reasons why dieting can be detrimental to your health. So first of all, I want to ask you is what do you think of when you hear the word diet? Maybe you think of feeling limited, restricted, and deprived. Maybe the thoughts of being hungry, irritable, and unsatisfied come to mind, or low energy, tired, and also weight loss. But also that weight loss might be short term and that there's some rebound weight gain that happens. Now, hate is a really strong word, so I'll say that I just loathe the word diet, not for what it literally means, but because of all of the negative thoughts and feelings that come along with it. The original, simple, and my favorite definition of the word diet is that it's the kinds of food that a person, animal, or community habitually eats. For example, I eat paleo. But the word diet is more widely known now or referred to and defined as a special course of food to which one restricts oneself either to lose weight or for medical reasons. So for example, I'm going on a diet, right, is how we most commonly use it. Now, the ways in which you relate to the word diet can be detrimental to your health, and I'm going to explain why. Most diet programs fail because they focus on what not to eat, which can make you feel deprived and unsatisfied, leading you to eventually give in to the temptations due to lack of pleasure. Now, with this approach, you typically might lose some weight, but immediately rebound and put it right back on after you stop dieting or when you give in to temptations. Now, dieting can become a very endless and vicious cycle, making it harder and harder to lose weight or to keep it off each time you dive into a diet until eventually it just doesn't really work for you anymore. Now, I know this because I was a serial calorie cutter and a dieter for a long time. Back in the day, I restricted myself to 1,500 calories a day or less, and I turned up my exercise intensity during the week so that I could have my cheat meals on the weekend. I even trained for fitness shows which required very ridiculous and meticulous diet regimens. But the weight loss and results were never long-term. They were always short-lived. And over time, it got harder and harder to maintain my weight, even with calorie restriction. Most of my clients have had a similar experience, trying diet after diet with little to no success or getting just short-term results. They've counted endless calories and dabbled in numerous diets such as Whole30, Atkins, Paleo, Keto, you name it. Aside from the well-known yo-yo dieting struggles and side effects, there's a lot more going on under the hood when you're dieting that can actually be detrimental to your long-term health. And that all depends on how you relate to that word diet and using it in the term of restriction or dieting. So this week I want to share with you 4 reasons why dieting, as we call it, is detrimental to your long-term health and weight, and how to find the right diet for you. So as we dive into this, let's just go over something that I think is fascinating. No one ever really talks about the long-term side effects or results of dieting. All you ever see in diet product marketing campaigns and in the media are sexy slogans such as lose 7 pounds in 7 days. But what happens after 7 days? Or a better question yet might actually be is, what is really happening to your body during those 7 days when you're on that diet? So let's explore 4 things that are happening to your body when dieting, which is what could be detrimental to your long-term health and weight. Now, the first thing I want to go over with you is increased cortisol output. Drastic or abrupt changes in your diet, such as calorie restriction, can really stress the body out. And cortisol is the hormone released when we encounter any type of physical, emotional, or environmental stress. An increase in cortisol output is directly related to fat accumulation around the midsection, that spare tire effect that we get. And it can block estrogen, leading to estrogen dominance, and that can lead to weight loss. Now, prolonged increases in cortisol output can lead to adrenal dysfunction, resulting in chronic fatigue, thyroid imbalances, depression, anxiety, poor sleep, and a slew of other health issues. Reason number 2 is reduced thyroid function. Now, a study published by the American Journal of Physiology, Endocrinology, and Metabolism showed a 50% reduction of thyroid hormone T4 and 25% reduction of thyroid hormone T3 into cells with overweight individuals who were dieting, resulting in what we call an intracellular hypothyroidism. Now, the thyroid rules our metabolism and our ability to lose weight. The findings of this study show just how counterproductive and detrimental dieting can be to long-term health and weight. Not only can dieting reduce thyroid function while you're on a diet, but its negative impact on the thyroid function can take weeks, months, or even years to reverse, especially if you've been a yo-yo dieter. I often wonder how much of a role my previous dieting played in the diagnosis of hypothyroidism and Hashimoto's for myself. Now, reason number 2 is lowered testosterone. Testosterone plays a vital role in building and maintaining muscle mass, and therefore weight maintenance. The more muscle you have, the higher your resting metabolic rate is, and the easier it is to keep the fat off. Some studies have shown how long-term calorie restriction has lowered testosterone in men, even when there's adequate nutrition in place. Now, this puts women at even more of a disadvantage when dieting, considering the already lower levels of testosterone that we have in comparison to men, making muscle building or maintenance and therefore fat loss more of a challenge for us as well. Now, reason number 4 is the psychosocial impacts. What's the first thing you fear before going on a diet, right? You have FOMO, fear of missing out. You think all about the happy hour invites you'll have to dodge, the social gatherings you'll miss, and the date nights you'll postpone until after your diet. But you probably don't know just how important those social engagements are actually for your health. Laughing, hugging, physical touch, and socializing releases a hormone called oxytocin. And this hormone is what we call the love or the cuddle hormone. But aside from that, it's also a powerful anti-stress hormone that lowers cortisol, blood pressure, and the fear response. It also increases feelings of trust, empathy, and positive thinking, which prevent anxiety and depression. Now, dieting might seem like a good idea in the moment when you just need to lose those 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 pounds, but stop and think hard about how hard it will be later to lose the weight or what health issues you might run into in the future as a side effect of dieting. It's time to shift your focus more onto what diet is right for you, one that you could habitually eat. It's realistic, sustainable, and produces long-term results, the original definition of the word diet. Now, the first step is to find the foods that give you the most energy. Those are the ones to focus on. You can do this by tapping into your body's own intelligence to understand which foods are right for you. So, how do you know when a food is right for your body, you might be wondering? Well, when you eat foods that are right for your body, you will just naturally feel more motivated, uplifted, positive, and able to make supportive choices for yourself, which are in alignment with your health goals rather than destructive ones which aren't. Your energy will be even, and you should be able to go 3 to 5 hours without feeling hungry or needing a snack. When you tap into this natural intuition around food that your body holds, it makes it much easier to naturally choose foods that lift you up and support your ideal health and weight. So keep in mind though, There is a difference between eating healthy and eating right for your body. Eating right for your body will include healthy foods, but not all healthy foods are right for your body. So don't be fooled because a food appears to be apparently healthy, or because you've heard somewhere or read that it is. Just tune into your body and find out what the truth really is for you. Now, if you want to get your hands on the right lab tests and resources to really understand what foods are right for your body, to test instead of guess, I want you to simply schedule a complimentary Ideal Health and Weight Discovery session with me by clicking on the link below or going back to the email or the blog where you found this video. Now, I hope you guys found this helpful and insightful, and you'll think twice next time you think about going on a diet, and maybe focus more on just figuring out what foods are right for your body. That's all for now. I'll see you next week on the blog.